The diner was winding down for the evening, just a few tables still occupied. Jack Cooper sat in a corner booth with his 7-year-old daughter, Lily, sharing a basket of fries while she told him about her day at school. At 33, Jack had been a single father for 4 years, ever since his wife walked out, deciding motherhood wasn't for her. He'd built a quiet life around Lily. Construction work during the day, homework and bedtime stories at night. Money was tight, but they had each other. That was enough. And then Tommy said his dad could beat up any dad in the whole school, Lily was saying, dipping a fry in ketchup. But I said my dad is the strongest because you carried me and all the groceries up the stairs without stopping. Jack smiled. Tommy's dad is probably pretty strong too, princess. Not as strong as you. The argument started at the counter, loud enough to make Jack look up. A blonde woman in her 30s stood there, her face tense, while 2 men crowded her space. One grabbed her arm roughly. I said I'm not interested, the woman said, trying to pull away. Please leave me alone. Come on, don't be like that, the first man slurred, clearly drunk. We just want to buy you a drink. Be friendly, I asked you politely. Now I'm telling you, let go of me. The second man moved behind her, blocking her exit. What's your problem? You think you're too good? For us? The diner's few other customers were looking down at their plates, the staff behind the counter frozen with uncertainty. Nobody wanted to get involved. Jack felt Lily tug his sleeve. Daddy, those men are being mean to that lady. I see that, sweetheart. Can we help her? Jack looked at his daughter's concerned face, at her simple certainty that when someone needed help, you helped them. He thought about staying out of it, about keeping Lily safe, about not making trouble. Then the first man shoved the woman hard against the counter. Lily, I need you to stay right here in this booth. Don't move, okay? Okay, Daddy. Jack stood and crossed the diner in a few strides. Hey, the lady asked you to leave her alone. Both men turned. They were bigger than Jack, clearly looking for a fight, emboldened by alcohol and numbers. Mind your own business, the first man snarled. I'm making it my business. Step away from her. Or what? The second man moved toward Jack aggressively. You going to make us? Jack had grown up in rough neighborhoods, had learned to fight before he learned algebra. 6 years in the army, including close-quarters combat training, had refined those skills. But he'd left that life behind when Lily was born. Hadn't thrown a punch in years. I'm asking nicely, Jack said, his voice calm but firm. Walk away. Nobody needs to get hurt. Too late for that. The first man swung at him. Jack caught the punch, redirected it, and used the man's momentum to send him stumbling into a table. The second man came at him from the side. Jack blocked, countered with a controlled strike to the solar plexus that dropped the guy to his knees, gasping. The whole thing took maybe 5 seconds. Anyone else? Jack asked, his voice still calm. The first man scrambled to his feet, pulled his friend up, and they stumbled out of the diner, throwing curses over their shoulders. Jack turned to the woman. Are you okay? She nodded, shaking. Thank you, I didn't know what to do. They followed me in, wouldn't take no for an answer. Do you want us to call the police? No, I just want to go home. Let me walk you to your car. Make sure they're really gone. Lily had climbed out of the booth despite instructions. Daddy, you were so brave, Jack sighed. What did I say about staying put? I know, but you helped her, just like I said we should. The woman managed to smile through her tears. You have a wonderful daughter. She's pretty great. Jack put a hand on Lily's shoulder. Come on, let's make sure this lady gets to her car safely. Outside, the parking lot was empty of threats. The woman's hands shook as she unlocked her car. Thank you again, she said. I'm Amanda, by the way. Amanda Sterling, Jack Cooper. This is Lily. Hi, Lily waved. Those men were very rude. My daddy taught them manners. Amanda laughed shakily. He certainly did. She looked at Jack. I don't know how to thank you properly. You could have been hurt. You needed help. That's all that matters. Still. Amanda pulled out a business card. I own Sterling Security Consulting. If you ever need anything, please call me. I mean it. Anything. Jack took the card to be polite, doubting he'd ever use it. Just get home safe. The next morning, Jack was surprised by a knock on his apartment door. Amanda Sterling stood there, looking professional in a business suit, holding a folder. "Miss Sterling, is everything okay? May I come in? I have something I'd like to discuss with you." Lily peeked around Jack's legs. "It's the lady from the restaurant." Amanda smiled. "Hi, Lily. Thank you again for sharing your brave dad with me last night." Inside the small apartment, Amanda got straight to the point. "I wasn't entirely honest last night. I own Sterling Security Consulting, yes, but it's one of the largest private security firms on the East Coast. We provide protection for executives, celebrities, high-risk individuals." Jack blinked. "Okay. Last night, I was meeting someone for a potential contract. Those men started harassing me before my contact arrived. My usual security detail had the night off because I thought I'd be safe in a public diner." She shook her head. "I was wrong. You stepped in when no one else would. You handled two aggressive men without excessive force, protected me while keeping your daughter safe, and you didn't ask for anything in return. Where is this going? I need someone like you on my team. Personal protection specialist. I'll train you in everything you don't already know, but your instincts, your composure under pressure, your clear moral compass, those can't be taught." Amanda opened the folder. "Starting salary is $85,000. Full benefits including health insurance for you and Lily. Flexible scheduling because I understand single parents need to be there for their kids. And if you're as good as I think you'll be, there's room for advancement." Jack stared at the contract. $85,000. He currently made $38,000. "Why me? You could hire trained professionals. I do hire trained professionals. But last night you were the only person in that diner who acted. Training is important, but character matters more. You put yourself at risk for a stranger. You used the minimum force necessary. And your first concern afterward was my safety, not recognition or reward." Amanda met his eyes. "That's the kind of person I want protecting my clients. I have a daughter. I can't do anything that puts her at risk. I wouldn't ask you to. The job is about prevention and de-escalation, not confrontation. And honestly, the skills you'll learn will make you better able to protect her, not less." Lily tugged Jack's sleeve. "Daddy, does this mean we can get a bigger apartment? With my own room?" Jack's throat tightened. Their one bedroom was cramped, Lily sleeping on a cot in the corner while Jack took the couch. He'd been saving for years to afford something better. "Maybe, princess. Let me think about it." But Amanda saw the decision forming. "Take 24 hours. Call me tomorrow." "But Jack, opportunities like this don't come often. You have a gift for protecting people. You might as well get paid properly for it." That night, Jack asked Lily what she thought. She was 7, but she'd been his sounding board since she learned to talk. "Do you want the job, Daddy?" "I think I might. It would mean better money, better life for us. But it would also mean sometimes I might be in situations that could be dangerous." Lily was quiet for a moment. "You helped that lady because it was right, even though it could be dangerous. This job is helping people too, right?" "Right. Then I think you should do it. Because you're good at helping people. And you always tell me we should use our talents to make the world better." Jack pulled her into a hug. "When did you get so wise?" "I learned from my dad." Jack called Amanda the next morning and accepted the position. The training was intense. Weapons, handling, threat assessment, defensive tactics, emergency medical response. But Jack absorbed it all. His military background giving him a foundation to build on. Within 6 months, he was leading protection details for Amanda's highest-profile clients. Within a year, he was training new recruits, teaching them that the best security was the kind that prevented problems rather than just reacting to them. He and Lily moved into a 2-bedroom apartment in a safe neighborhood. Lily got her own room, decorated in the purple and silver she loved. Jack could afford her asthma medications without choosing between that and groceries. He attended every school event, every parent-teacher conference, because Amanda kept her promise about flexible scheduling. 2 years after that night in the diner, Jack was assigned to protect a tech CEO during a conference. A situation developed. A stalker who'd been sending threats. Jack identified the threat early, coordinated with local police, and neutralized the situation before it escalated. No one was hurt. The CEO never even knew how much danger she'd been in. The CEO's company was so impressed they offered Sterling Security a massive contract. Amanda called Jack into her office. That contract is worth $3 million over 2 years. It happened because of your work, your professionalism, your judgment. She slid a new contract across her desk. I'm promoting you to Director of Operations. You'll oversee all protection details, train the team, develop protocols. 150,000, plus bonuses tied to company performance. Jack stared at the number. 3 years ago, he'd been living paycheck to paycheck. Amanda, I don't know what to say. Say you'll keep being exactly who you are. The man who helped a stranger because his daughter asked if they could. That's the foundation of everything good that's happened since. That evening, Jack took Lily out for dinner to celebrate. To the same diner where it had all started. They sat in the same booth. This is where you helped Miss Amanda, Lily said, looking around. This is where everything changed. It is. And it's all because you said, Daddy, can we help her? You reminded me what matters. Helping people, being brave when it's easier to look away, standing up for what's right even when it's hard. Jack squeezed her hand. You've taught me more than I've taught you, princess. That's silly. You're the grown-up. Grown-ups need teachers too. And you're the best teacher I've ever had. Years later, when Lily was applying to colleges, she wrote her admissions essay about that night. About asking her father if they could help a stranger. About watching him stand up for someone who needed it. About learning that the right thing to do was often the scary thing, but you did it anyway. My father showed me that heroism isn't about being fearless, she wrote. It's about being afraid and helping anyway. It's about seeing someone in trouble and deciding that their safety matters more than your comfort. He didn't know that woman. He didn't know if those men had weapons. He didn't know how it would end, but he knew she needed help, and that was enough. Jack kept Amanda's original business card in his wallet, a reminder of how one decision to help a stranger had transformed everything, not just his career or his bank account, but his understanding of what he was meant to do with his life. Sometimes the moments that change everything look small at the time. A child asking a simple question, a stranger in trouble, a decision to get involved when it would be easier to look away. But those small moments, built on character and compassion, can reshape entire futures. And sometimes the people we help end up helping us far more than we helped them. Because Amanda didn't just give Jack a job, she gave him the chance to use his skills for something meaningful, to provide for his daughter, to teach her through example that strength used to protect others was strength worth having. If this story touched you, please like and share it with someone who believes in helping others even when it's inconvenient. Subscribe for more stories about everyday courage and unexpected opportunities, and comment about a time when helping a stranger changed your life. Those moments of compassion matter more than we know.